It's hard to fathom that in less than 10 chapters, Oda would have reached chapter 1000. And I say Oda because this is his journey that he's put all of us on for so many years. And I have no idea what Oda has planned in 1000. But given what we've seen over the years and given what he's capable of, Oda, and given what was possibly ahead of us, I can only imagine it's going to be something crazy. Like that's pointed mildly. Beginning stages of that supernova alliance against Kaido. Here we get X Drake in full effect. Like now he's allied with Luffy. Oda now finally putting the pieces in play. Like there's so many chess pieces Oda needed to put in place. X Drake was one of them. It looks like I said in the last review, that the Chiffon Lola and Pound story is about to wrap up. Like it's pretty much set in stone because Chiffon and Lola at the beginning come to terms that, oh, this guy isn't lying, he may be our father after all. Because first off, they're crying. Second, they're holding the rope, which I'm assuming Pound is attached to the other side. So they're going to pull him in. He's going to go on board Capone's ship. So that's going to be resolved. My question is, though, what's going to either pay off? Are they going to go to Wano? Are they going to interact with Big Mom because she's there right now? So, or are they going to interact with Big Mom post Wano? We really don't know what's going to happen to Big Mom. She's a wild card in this arc because number one, she's a young card. Two, what do you do with Big Mom from here? Like really, because obviously there's some complaints about the way she's been treated, but we don't know what's going to happen with Big Mom by the end of the arc. Much like Law, he's a wild card. We don't know what's going to happen to him either. Something we do know is going to happen is Luffy and Kaido. Oda is like beginning the process of Luffy versus Kaido, that rematch, but it's going to take quite a few chapters to get there. But we get on top of Onigashima, and the first thing we find out is like Sasaki, who was restrained by Kyoshiro, aka Denjiro, and was finally freed, and it's because of Big Mom's rampage. And I like this because Sasaki is more than Tobi Robbo. He has to be taken seriously. He's a fishman. So possible opponent for Jinbei. So yeah, this is great. So especially what this chapter is trying to convey. It confirmed to me that members of the Tobi Robbo are going to clash with the Strawhats. Then we go to Kaido in his dragon form. Hopefully they're both the Minks and the Numbers are duking it out. Some of them are in Sulong form, most notably the Musketeers. Some of the Numbers are getting taken down, but out of nowhere, it comes Jack in his mammoth form, wipes them out, including, I think, the Musketeers. And it looks like Kinemon's about to draw his sword and possibly fight Jack. But then Nekomamushi and Inilashi stop Kinemon, and we find out it's obvious they're in the Sulong form, but Oda back at it again with the silhouettes. So to find out after the break, or a couple of chapters from now, what they really look like. It's going to be epic, just the way that Oda's building the anticipation. I don't think it's going to suck. I don't think it's going to be a letdown. But the question is, what are they going to do? Because it looks like they're going to fight Jack, which is good because it ties in with what happened in Zoe. And they said this trump card was for Jack personally. So, but what's going to happen? Is this what's going to take out Jack? Or is it not going to be a match? So we clash, and then we go to where the execution platform, the dome, the live stage. We see the calamities, and it's like, and Queen is like being Queen. Like, even though he did something pretty cool, trying to stop Luffy, we don't hit Queen playing dumb. Like he doesn't know how Luffy or how the prisoners escape. Like he's playing dumb. Like King's like, yeah, this is not surprising for me. And then this is where King's like, okay, call him the Tobi Robbo. We immediately cut to a conversation between X Drake and Hawkins, which the last time we saw someone looking like Hawkins, he was with Law. And then we find out that X Drake's like, you were forced here against your will, but you're planning a betrayal. So we kind of knew that Basil Hawkins was looking for an opportunity to strike. We just didn't know when. And X Drake is like, now would be your best chance. Hawkins is pulling out his cards to look about his probability of survival. And we find that this is kind of interesting because first off, it's like, while the Dendamushi is ringing, like Hawkins is like, the probability of that man being alive tomorrow is 1%. I feel bad for him. And then first off, who's he talking about? Is he talking about Luffy? Is he talking about Kaido? Is he talking about himself? Or is he talking about X Drake? Especially with what happens by the end of this chapter. So I think Luffy has a way of turning the opinions of the worst generation and actually gaining some respect. Like it happened with Capone, and now it's happening with X-Drake. It already happened with Law. And maybe it's going to happen with Kid. I don't know. I don't think Kid's that type of person, but we'll see. Cut to Sasaki, Who's Who, and Black Maria, members of the Tobi Robbo. We also cut to Ulti and Page 1, which is cool because that answers the question I had in the previous review. What happened to Ulti, who was previously with Yamato? And we found out that Yamato actually climbed the wall to get away. I'm guessing to get to Momonosuke. So that's cool because it means that Yamato did not off-screen Ulti in a battle. And also, and I do like, again, Ulti with that personality is like, oh, talking shit to King after being called rats. That was funny. Drake and Hawkins are having a conversation. In comes Who's Who. And it's like, yeah, we got to go because it's not our chance to take out Queen. Obviously, that was a ploy to get Drake to go with him because what we found out later in the chapter. So what I like about this is because the Tobi Robbo get called and because the Strawhats may go alongside with Luffy, this may bring about some potential 1v1s that I hope to see. So all hell's breaking loose with the numbers and the samurai led by Hyogoro, and we see the Oniwabanshu led by Fukurakuju. So we got some samurai saying to the Straw Hats, allow us to clear your way, don't waste your energy here, go up together, which I like that because Luffy previously stated, I'm going to go for Kaido, I'll leave the rest to you. So which is cool because the Straw Hats just got back together. So if they break up now, that kind of sucks. I want to see the Straw Hats fight together, and I want to see some huge 1v1s. And given the fact that the Tobi Robbo are on the way, plus you have the Calamities, and which is something I've been pushing for. I've already stated that Jinbei could fight Sasaki. That'd be cool. I don't know who goes to Who's Who because he has the sword. I would have thought it would go to Zoro, but Zoro. Something else that's interesting is you could have also had Sanji versus Page 1 rematch for what happened with the raid suit, but you also have the possibility of Ulti versus Nami, which could happen, and Black Maria versus Robin, which should happen because you need a character. We don't know what really Black Maria is capable of. We know who's probably the strongest out of the Tobi Robbo, but Black Maria could be the one to push Robin to go all out, which I want to see. I want to see all the Strats pushed. I don't think there's anybody in the fandom that doesn't want to see some all-out fights from the Straw Hats, especially after this long. Like Zoro needs to be pushed, Sanji needs to be pushed to get a power-up. I know he's already got the raid suit, but the power-up has to come from him. Like, it's not going to mean anything unless he doesn't get that power-up himself. And the only thing I can think of is if he comes to, because last chapter he's kind of putting down, he was like disappointed about the durability of the raid suit because if it wasn't for the raid suit, Sanji would probably be dead right now due to King piercing him. So Sanji has to come to terms with that, and he also has to just embrace who he is and move forward, and that's going to give him the power up. Should be in 1v1s, but I like the numbers come in, and we do immediately Zoro, Luffy go in. You have Jinbei blocks one of the maces from one of the numbers. So the two numbers that got introduced in the previous chapter get taken out by Luffy and Zoro. But there's a callback to Thriller Bark. It's like how we were on Thriller Bark. Now we would have to team up against these numbers, but that isn't the case anymore. And you see a panel of Luffy going Gear 4. It's like come on. While this is going on, like X-Drake he got the top. He got messed up because obviously he got found out. We found out Queen and Who's Who set him up, and heck, Hawkins is also there. Like Hawkins is trying to play on the other side, but you can tell it's only an act. Nobody other than you could have done it. What is your objective? I get it now. The person you want to kill, it's you piece of trash. According to Queen, something was off with X-Drake. My question is, did Hawkins tell them or did they figure out on their own? Because I kind of want to believe they figured that out on their own because it doesn't make them seem like a bunch of dumbasses. X-Drake being with the Marines, he doesn't say anything. He's like, I'm not going to tell you anything, even if you kill me, so it's not going to matter. So it's like, and at this point, X-Drake is like, this is the end for me. But then X-Drake, he tries to flee. He goes to his dino form, which is cool. But he's like, should I go back to the Marines? No, I still have a job to do. So he's contemplating leaving, but he's like, no, I'm going to stick around because I have a job to do. Of course you do, because you have this West Generation to team up with. So Luffy and Zoro taking out two of the numbers. And you've got Luffy using King Kong gun, and you got Zoro using Call of the Phoenix. Force here. Please allow me to fight alongside you. We knew this one was coming with other members of the Worst Generation, ex-Drake, we just didn't know when. And I love Luffy's expression by the end of this, but ex-Drake is we get a flashback of a panel with a conversation between him and Kobe, and it's like Luffy's also like the biggest fanboy. Although I'm pretty sure Bartolomeo and Boa Hancock will give him a run for his money. Drake like kind of influenced by what he saw with Luffy, so now he's like asking for it to join his side in this fight. So and Luffy's expression like, huh? That's how the chapter ends. So yeah, typical Luffy, and it's just like what happened with Capone. Capone was looking to betray a Yonko. It backfired. He wanted to team up with Luffy, ended up making Capone pretty much an ally for the most part, especially with Chiffon married to him. So yeah, they're definitely going to help out Luffy. The same thing is going to happen with X-Drake. And given the fact we know X-Drake is a member of the Sword, where's that going to tie in now? It looks like the Strawhats are going to go with Luffy, given what was stated, and members of the Tobi Robbo are going to take them on, which I'm all for. And I like the fact that Luffy's not going to go alone when it comes to like going up to Kaido. You have the Calamities, they're going to be for Zoro and Sanji. The rest of the Strawhats are going to deal with the Tobi Robbo, I'm assuming with the Tobi Robbo. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Like the review if you did. Give it that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Helps out the channel greatly. Subscribe to for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.